Hi, everybody. I am Macy Reynolds, and this is one of my Your Choice assignments for SPCM 3120. And I have decided to do a podcast with one of my absolute best friends because she is so awesome and cool. So, hi, Lydia. Welcome to the podcast.
Hello, Macy. Thank you for having me.
Of course. So, I want to start off by saying congrats on running your first marathon.
Thank you.
I know it was a couple weeks ago, but we're going to chat about it. So before we dive in, can you tell everyone a little bit about yourself maybe, and then where this idea to run a marathon started?
Yes. So as Macy said, my name is Lydia. I am a senior here at Iowa State studying finance and accounting. I have always been involved in fitness, and I love to lift and run and do any sort of physical activity. I ran my first half marathon 2.5 years ago, and then after that, I kind of decided I wanted to do a bigger challenge after I completed that. So ever since then, I've had this desire to run a full marathon, and I signed up about 6 months ago and just kind of dove into it.
Yeah. So I was going to ask you, I know you've done multiple half marathons, but like you kind of said, you just wanted to do a bigger race. Like, is that what made you want to do a full?
Yeah, so in high school, I always had a sport going on during every single season, and I think that kind of filled my enjoyment of competitiveness. Yeah. And I think once I came to college, I still loved to lift and run on my own, but it was kind of a leisurely physical activity. And I think signing up for the half marathon was my idea of like a competition. And so after I completed my first half marathon, I just immediately thought, okay, what's the next competition that I can be involved in? Yeah. And I did a couple more half marathons after my first one, but I was still like, okay, what's the next thing? I like to be training for something or striving for some sort of competitive
next
feat.
Thing.
Yes.
Yeah. And I know you very well, and I know that you have been an athletic person all your life and that you have trouble like sitting still and not doing something.
I was going to say that, yeah.
Like, I know you did 4 sports in high school, and like coming to school, you really wanted to stay athletic. So I feel like this has been a good like hobby for you.
Definitely. Yeah. I enjoy physical activity on my own, and I don't have to have something that I'm always training for, but it's like once in a while I get a little bored if I don't have something that I'm going for.
Right. Yeah. So let's jump to race day. Okay. What was going through your head at the starting line? Obviously, so a little background. I was there to watch Lydia. I was with her family and some other friends and her boyfriend, and it was so exciting for all of us, but like I was so nervous for her. So what was going through your head at the start line?
Okay, yeah. So I was in, like Macy said, I was in 4 sports all of high school. So cross country and track were my 2 running sports. And before cross country meets, I would kind of get like even the day leading up, this sick feeling in my stomach, and it's not like a sick feeling like anxiety that I like want to leave, but it's like I can't eat because I'm so nervous, but not in like a terrible way. And that's kind of the feeling that I got for the marathon too. The days leading up, I'm so excited for it, and it's not like I'm so nervous I can't sleep. But then the morning I wake up, I like can't consume anything because I'm so nervous, excited.
And are you excited for the actual like run and like the high of it, or are you excited to like be done with it and have it under your belt? Or both?
That's a good question. Actually, I think it's the high of it. Okay. Like the feel after I start a race, the nerves are gone. Like it's just like it's the leading up and like the suspense of it, and then once I start, the nerves are gone. Obviously, the most painful part is like during the race, but I'm not nervous for that.
Right.
It's like the high of it that I'm so excited for.
Right. And also you've trained for it, so you know that you can do it. But yeah, I mean, I asked Lydia like a few days, maybe a week before, I'm like, so if you get really anxious about this, because she was telling me that she was nervous, I'm like, is there a world in which you just don't do it? Like you just, like the day before you're like, I can't do it, like I'm done. She's like, no, I would not do that. And I'm like, okay, so I'm just trying to gauge your nervousness.
No, yeah, it's different than an anxiety feeling of like doing something you don't want to do for like school or for work, or like you're so terrified that you don't want to do it. It's not that, it's like a happy nerve. I don't know.
Like you're excited.
Yes.
Yeah. So did you set a goal time, or was finishing like your main focus?
So my big goal, or like I guess I should say my easy goal, like my baseline goal was under 4 hours. And that was like the only goal that I had throughout my entire training process, because I honestly had no idea what I could run a marathon in. Right. I mean, I've ran a couple half marathons, but running a half marathon to a full marathon is so different. Like, I genuinely think that anybody can run a half marathon. A full marathon
Yeah, Lydia
is
tells me, you can run a half marathon with no training. I'm
she
like,
could.
I don't know about
She's
that.
so
but...
good. Like, my mom has no running experience, and my mom just signed up for a half marathon a couple weeks ago.
Oh, wait, I didn't know that.
Yes.
Oh, my gosh, that's exciting.
I know. So I seriously think anybody can run a half marathon, but the full marathon is just an entirely different game. And so I didn't even know what to have a goal for because I seriously didn't know what I couldn't just double my half marathon time. Like, it was different than that. So I tried to ask, one of my friends had ran a marathon, and I tried to ask him what his time was and like what he thought I could do. And he's like, oh, you can get under 4 hours. Like, just because he knew
your skill level.
My skill level and has seen me run before and everything. So then I kind of made a different goal of 3 hours and 45 minutes. And that was kind of a harder goal, but I still thought I could achieve it based on my training abilities. Okay. So I didn't get the 3:45, unfortunately.
You were close, though. I mean, you were under 4 still.
I was under 4.
Yeah.
But I will say, like, the first 18 miles of it was feeling good. And then once I got into the later portions of it, then that's kind of where
the goal was to just finish.
Yeah. After I got past that, I was like, okay, let's just cross the line.
And it'll be an accomplishment.
Yeah.
This is a little bit different question, but was there anyone who like inspired you or pushed you to do this marathon, or was it kind of your internal wanting to do it?
I mean, I definitely had support from everybody, Missy included. Like everyone that's close to me was very supportive of me the entire time. But I do think it was an internal thing that I told myself, like, I want to do this and I'm going to do it. And
knowing you, I think that's the correct answer. Like, I think it was you yourself.
Yes. I wanted someone to do it with me, but I was fine doing it on my own.
Were there any moments during your training when you wanted to like quit it?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Okay.
But like, so I signed up for my full marathon in May, in the middle of May, and then at the end of May I ran a half marathon. And even crossing the finish line for my half marathon, I was like, okay, good thing I signed up for my full already, because I would not be signing up. So like, I was already questioning it.
Because you're like, double this?
Yeah,
Can
double
I do
this?
It?
I cannot do it. And then when I started to get, actually, even in the first few weeks of training, because I followed the marathon training plan. Yeah. And it's 5 days a week of running. And a little backstory, I always say, I don't actually love running. Like, in high school, I hated cross country. I did not like it, but I was just naturally good at it. And so obviously I had to keep doing it. And it was, I think my brain secretively liked it. Like, it made me feel good, but like, never did I enjoy a cross country meet. Like, I was not excited for them. So when I had to run 5 days a week for the training, I was like, this is not what I'm used to. In college, I've just been like lifting daily, maybe running like once a week. And so running 5 days in a row, the first week was a struggle. And then the second week was getting harder. And it was so much running, and I was getting so burnt out. So I think by probably week 4, I quit following the plan, and I was running like 2 or 3 days a week. And then a few weeks later, I was just doing my long runs. So later in my plan, I was running seriously 1 day a week. Yeah. So I was just trying to get my long runs in.
But you're also someone who's naturally athletic. Like, I think if you don't follow the training plan, like, it's not the end of the world.
Right. Well, and that's what I was trying to tell myself. It's not like I was sitting on the couch the other days.
Right. You were still working out.
Things.
And I know for you, though, a struggle was it wouldn't even be feasible to follow a marathon training plan and go to the gym and lift heavy. Like, so I know the answer, but it was hard for you to like step back on your lifting.
Yes,
and
definitely.
Just run.
Yes. I actually lifted legs for the first time like 3 days ago.
Oh, really?
That was my first time in like months.
Yeah. Like a long time.
And people say that they do it. Like, people say that they will lift on their like easy run days, but I don't understand it. I mean, I would still lift, but to go out on a run and then tell myself, okay, let's go lift now. Right. I couldn't do it.
Well, and with school and work too, it's like,
it's
you don't have time for anything else.
So I kind of just split it up, and I would run a couple days and then lift the rest.
How did you stay motivated when you were feeling like this sucks? Like on tough days?
Well, just telling myself that I wanted to finish the race, honestly. I mean, I didn't let myself skip any of my long runs, and that's kind of like that was kind of my motivation through the training, is that like, okay, if you need to skip the short run, you can, but like, I would still go to the gym. I wouldn't just let myself off and do nothing. Mm-hmm. And then I would just tell myself, like, it's non-negotiable. You have to do the long runs.
You kind of just like, your strong-minded like willpower has to just take
Yes.
take the lead and be like, sorry, if you're feeling like crap, you have to do it.
Yes. And I will say my lovely cousin
yes,
so
Maggie.
willingly, Maggie,
Yeah.
so willingly ran with me during my training. She was not running a marathon, but she ran 13 miles like 3 weeks in a row with me. So like if I was running 18, she would run the first 13 with me, and then I would do the rest on my own.
Yeah.
And so that helped so much because when it was hot out, I couldn't just start my run at 10 a.m. because then I'm running in seriously severe heat.
Yeah,
I cannot
really
do that.
bad.
No. And some people are stronger than I am, but I cannot do that.
So you would run super early.
Very
when it
early
was
in the
dark.
morning. Yes. So I would start my runs a lot of times at like 5:50 or 6 a.m. And so it was obviously pitch black out. And then I would meet Maggie up at like 6:20. And then we would have, I don't know, 5 miles in before the sun even rose, which was so nice. So
that's crazy.
I don't think I could. I mean, I couldn't do that on my own. I wouldn't want to go run out in the dark on my own. So I will say a huge part of my motivation during training was the fact that Maggie was already planning on me waking up.
Yeah.
And I couldn't just go back to sleep.
Right. No, it's like going to the gym. Like if you have a friend going with you, you're like,
yes,
well, I can't skip today.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. And I biked with you once on your training.
You did.
What was that? 5 miles?
5 miles, yeah.
Yeah. And I rode on a bike that was too big for me, and it's just, interesting. But well, my next question is, can you walk us through what a typical week of training looked like? I think you've kind of touched on that a little bit, but like when you say a long run, what does that mean?
So it would gradually increase. I mean, my first long run was, I think, 5 miles.
Okay.
And then I would have a long run every Saturday is kind of how I put it on my plans for Saturday, just because that's what worked best for me. And it probably went from 5 to 8 to 10, 14, 18. The highest one that I did was 22 miles. And then that was the peak week. And then after that, there were probably 4 weeks until the marathon. And so then it went back down.
Okay. Yeah. And I know that 22-mile run was like horrible.
It was terrible.
Did that make you start to question things?
Yeah, I was terrified. I mean, I knew, like, I finished the 22-mile run, but it was seriously like the worst thing I've ever done. It was so hard. But I tried to convince myself too. I completed 22 miles, and an extra 4 miles is nothing.
Right.
Like, if I've already ran 22, I can do
totally
4
do
more.
Yep.
And I was convincing myself that the adrenaline of an actual race and being with thousands of other people is going to make it feel a little bit better.
And did it? Like, was the energy really good?
Definitely. It felt so different than the 22 miles I ran at home, just because
I bet.
I don't know. I'm running 22 miles by myself around Ames. Like it's a bit harder than when
how fun can it get?
Yeah, when there's tons of people watching and cheering me
on. Okay, let's talk more about the race day. So I know the answer to this, but was there a specific point in the race that was the hardest mentally and physically?
Yeah, mile 23.
So talk us a little bit through that.
So I said earlier that the first 18 miles I was feeling good, and I was like, yeah, I don't need to walk. Like, I'm going to keep going all the way through. At mile 18, one of my quads started to cramp, and I don't usually get quad cramps. So I've gotten a quad cramp like in my sleep before a couple times, and it's painful if you've ever had a quad cramp. It sucks. And so I was getting a quad cramp, but I just was honestly doing butt kicks as I ran and just hoping that it would like fade away. It didn't fade away really. It wasn't bad enough that I had to stop, but it seriously hurt. And then my other quad started cramping, and it was like that back and forth, sometimes both of them for a few miles. And so I was like doing butt kicks while I was running.
Trying to stretch,
but like I didn't want to stop. And I was in so much pain. And so then I get to mile 23, and actually mile 22, I was like, this is bad. I need to like pull over and stretch. So I leaned against the picnic table. I stretched out. I was feeling good. I was like, okay, let's go. Mm-hmm. I started running again. I had tons of energy. Like it wasn't a lack of energy. It was literally my quads.
Right.
And so I started going again, and then I got to mile 23, and it hurt so bad. And right as I was veering off the trail to like lean against the light pole, I hear my dad start screaming for me. And
like screaming as in like cheering,
yes,
right?
cheering like just ahead. Like I was almost
He saw you
him.
coming, so he was cheering, yeah.
And at that exact same time as when I was falling off the trail onto a light pole. And so he comes running over, and he's like trying to stretch my legs, and everyone's just staring at me because I'm 2 feet off the trail.
Right.
And I got him stretched out. I felt good again. I was like, okay, let's go. So I started going fast again. I took off, and sure enough, like 0.3 miles later, both my quads fully cramp. Like I cannot bend my legs.
Yeah.
And so I like step off the trail. I want to like squat and lay down, but I literally can't bend my knees. And so
like your legs were stuck in a straight position.
Yes, it was
crazy.
Terrible. And it was both of them. So I couldn't get down. And so I'm standing up straight and I fall forward into a push-up position, catch myself with my hands, and then I'm just like laying on my back on the side of the trail. And I had my phone on me and I called my parents and I was like, and while I'm laying there, people are like walking by me and they're like, we've been watching you for a few miles. Like, you need salt. And so they're telling me, like, we've seen you cramping. Like, we know you need salt. And I didn't realize that. Like, I didn't realize that salt would help with cramping.
Because did you have anything on you? Did you have a gel or anything?
I had
Not
a
that
gel.
Would help,
I had a gel on me, and I'd been taking gels throughout the race.
Right.
But they told me, like, pickle juice, you need pickle juice. And they had offered pickle juice like 2 miles back. I didn't realize that I was like, pickle juice does not sound good right now. I don't know the benefits to that. I'm not taking it.
Right.
And I wish I would have.
Yeah.
But I called my parents. I was like, I need help.
Please come back.
Please come. And luckily, they had a bag of pickles and pickle juice in the car. And I was
so
like,
awesome.
Bring the pickle juice. And so they brought the pickle juice. I chugged that, and I was able to get up, and I ate pickles until the finish line.
Yep. She crossed the finish line with a bag of pickles in her hand.
Yes, I did.
I bet that was frustrating though. Like when I feel like it would be the opposite where your brain like can't go anymore because you're so tired, but your body can still move. You like had the opposite. Like your body couldn't move, but your brain like wanted to go.
Yes.
Like I bet that was frustrating.
It was
your body wasn't letting you
frustrating.
move, but you wanted to go.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. The most frustrating parts is when I would get done stretching and like take off, and I'm like, let's go.
Let's go. Like
we
I'm
got
ready.
this.
Yeah.
Yes. That was the most frustrating part because I was like, okay, I do have the energy. I mean, obviously I was tired, but compared to the feeling of my legs, I was feeling good.
So what really helped you in those last like 3 miles when you had to finish? Like, was it really just the pickle juice got you through? Or like what mentally was like, okay, I mean, have to go.
My quads were still cramping the rest of the race, but they weren't stiffening up like they
were.
They were. Yeah.
Like, was there people cheering you on? Like,
honestly, the crowd was pretty sparse throughout like the last few miles. So that was
everybody was waiting at the finish line.
Everyone was at the finish line, and so it was super sparse. But I just kept telling myself like, you're finishing. And I kind of like talked to myself the last few miles when I'm like, I need anything. I'm like talking to myself out loud. You got this. Like, you have to finish. Go.
Yeah.
So I think I was just telling myself like, I'm not quitting now. Like, I will limp across the finish line, but I told everyone I'm running a marathon.
I will crawl.
I've been training for this. Like, I'm not gonna not cross the finish line. So honestly, that was it. I'm like, I've ran 23 miles. I can do it. I can do it.
Yeah. And this is random, but did you listen to music the whole time?
Yeah, I did. The first 5 miles, I don't think I did because it was full of people.
Quite a people. Yeah.
After that, I had music playing the whole time, and I would turn it down because once in a while there's loudspeakers, so then I would just turn it down and listen to the crowd. But otherwise, I had music playing the whole time. And honestly, I don't remember if I did those last 3 miles or not.
You blacked out.
I blacked out.
I don't know. Trauma from that. You cut it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I saw you at mile 3, 9, and like 14, and I always wondered, like, can she hear us screaming? Or
yes. No, I definitely could, because even with my music playing, it's not like I had noise cancellation on. Like, if I heard people cheering, I was like turning it down.
Okay.
Yeah.
So looking back now, what is one thing you'd tell someone who's thinking about running a marathon for the first time?
Drink the pickle juice.
Yeah.
Have pickle juice in someone's hand in case you start cramping.
Because like that really helped.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think it would have helped more if I took it sooner.
For sure.
I mean, it didn't cure my leg cramps for this, but it helped.
Okay.
Other than that, like, it was such an emotional day, and I think even for you.
Yes.
Like, I think everybody that was there, it was an emotional day for.
Yeah.
Like, it was the most accomplishing thing ever, and I don't know.
Yeah.
Just take it all in. Which
it was. Like, I didn't think it would be, and then I texted Lydia halfway through the race, and I was like, every time I see you run past us, I start choking up. Like, this is the most emotional thing I've ever been a part of. Then we get to the finish line, and obviously people are crossing, and there's older people, younger people, people with their kids, and it's like, oh my gosh, like I am going to cry.
It's insane.
Who knew running could be so emotional?
Yeah.
And then when you crossed and you weren't crying per se, but you were kind of tearing up and
Definitely.
hugging everyone. And I was like,
Yes.
I am like so proud of her, and this is so emotional. Like I'm going to cry. So
Yes,
yeah, it was such a fun day.
It was so fun. Yeah, the emotions and the feelings that everybody has just like pile together. Like everyone's running it for a different reason, and everyone's supporters are there for a different reason. Like and everybody is so happy.
Yes.
I mean, like it's not like Macy and my friends are the only ones cheering me on. There's so many people that are like looking me in the eyes and like telling me I look so good.
Right.
And I'm like, oh my gosh, you're going to make me cry.
Okay, so would you do another one? Are you planning to do another one?
I would consider it more. I would
yet?
consider it more heavily now than I would have 2 weeks ago, and I probably will.
Because it's been a few weeks.
Yes, I think I need a little bit of time. I signed up for another half marathon the next day, and
That's
I'm
crazy.
excited for that. But a full marathon, I might need a little bit of recovery time.
So your next half is in May, right? It's
Yes.
the Dam to Des Moines.
Dam to Des Moines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what was I gonna say? Oh, do you feel like now running a marathon, thinking about running a half, you're like, oh my God, piece of cake.
Honestly,
like, so easy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, and the feelings that I had in May after my last half marathon, it was so hard. It's not like it's easy at all.
Right.
But it's just like okay.
That is such an accomplishment.
Oh my
in and of
gosh.
itself. Yeah.
Yes, insanely. It's a huge accomplishment. But now that I've run a full, I'm like, I can do that.
Mm-hmm.
Half marathon is nothing.
Yeah. Well, awesome. This has been so great. Again, I'm so proud of you for running.
Thank you.
You are such an inspiration. So thank you for sharing your story with us. And I hope you enjoyed this episode. Bye.